What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing Put a Ring on It. And before I get started, I want to let you know, for those who are new to my channel, I do detailed reviews of reality shows. I may not do every single scene. I pick up most of the important parts and maybe pick up some important details you may not have noticed or some funny ones. And as I tell you, this is the home of YouTube's number one commenter. So what is this channel all about? It's all about the comments. I don't ask for the likes. I don't ask for the subscriptions. If you're rocking with your boy J Dub, you're going to do that anyway whenever you feel like you need to. But I need those comments. That's what it's all about. This is why I do this. I'm on other people's channels, so I might as well put the energy into mine and get down in the comments and have my own platform. And what's, I guess, one of the other better parts about having your own channel is where I've created a community, and that community is the Dub fam. These are my people. They come to hear what I say, and they come to say what they say, because that's the motto of the channel. You get on this channel, you're not used to comment, this is the place to do it, because it's a safe space. And that means you can say whatever you want. Just don't say anything to the Dub fam that's disrespectful. We're about respect. You say anything you want about anybody on TV. You want to talk about my mentor, the great Dr. Nicole, go ahead. I ain't gonna stand in your way. Do what you do. You want to talk about Shorty might be 3'11" or 4'1", so be it. It don't matter. But just stay respectful to each other, because we only here to have fun and learn, go back and forth. And let me go ahead and get into the review. So, of course, for some reason, Put a Ring on It feels like it's a great idea to give us a to be continued, or AKA a cliffhanger. So we pick right up where Charlie is in the session with the great Dr. Nicole, in the group session, and she's being asked, will she go on a another date with the fake Odell Beckham Jr. And she's got that little smile, a little smirk on her face, like she's trying to get back at Otis. Like, I'm absolutely not a Otis fan at all, but I tell you, Charlie is just as petty. They one and the same. They just a toxic merry-go-round, if you will. So she enjoys, or when she thinks she's making Otis jealous, but she's pretty much saying, well, no, I'm not gonna mess with fake Odell Beckham Jr. again, because he's trying to take me from Otis. And Dr. Nicole pretty much wanted to find out how Otis felt about it, and he was pretty much saying, well, I guess Charlie's saying no because she doesn't want to come off looking like a weak woman to Odell Beckham Jr. I'm like, Otis, why you say that? And it's a lot of people, it's a back and forth debate whether Otis had, I guess, ill intentions or he was just saying how he felt. And Charlie was definitely offended. She's like, don't say that no more. She don't like that. And I believe, this is my opinion, that Otis is projecting. It's something that he wants to say. It's something how he sees Charlie. And Dr. Cole just mentioned, well, you're kind of giving fake Odell Beckham Jr. a little more power, because in real life, Charlie has the option of choosing whether she wants to leave Otis and go to fake Odell Beckham Jr. or not. So, Dr. Cole is right, but, the great Dr. Cole is always going to drop some gems in there. She's trying to say, like, hey, look, even if old Otis offended you, in communication in a relationship, it's supposed to be about understanding. So what the great Dr. Nicole do? Give them some tools to work with. It's called what I call the mirror effect. She pretty much wished Charlie would have said in that moment, like, well, what I understand you saying is that I'm that I'm going to be weak if I mess with fake Odell Beckham Jr. And then she would have gained clarity whether Otis really meant that or not, because he would have responded with like, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. You a little weak woman. Or he would have said, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, he was trying to take advantage of you, or something, like you were in a volatile relationship and maybe he wanted you. So I get it. She's giving them the tools, but they both so stubborn and tit for tat. They're probably not even, they didn't even catch the lesson. So so they pretty much, because they ending like, I guess what they did on their date. So Dr. Nicole, she's gonna let Shorty go out again with uh she's gonna go with Tavy. This is their third date. They go on the third date, and Kenneth, he's going on out on a date with the great Dr. Nicole. He's like, yeah, what's up? You ready? Well, I can take you wherever you want to go. You heard me? That might be a good move for Kenneth. The great Dr. Nicole, I'm sure, is more established than Shorty, so he could definitely do that. So but nah, Dr. Cole's like, nah, you tried it, but I'm coming to see you to get, straightened out. She ain't trying to be his new sugar mama. And Charlie and Otis, they can't go out on no more dates at this point. They got to go do homework and just find out, I guess, to request from each other what they need more of. And Shay and Fonzo, they get to go on new dates, though. So Fonzo, he's preparing to go on his new date. And I'm really starting to believe that Fonzo enjoys that. I mean, I don't have the term, but let me call it like the crazy for me type of girl, like who telling me she gonna stab you up and bust your windows and your tires if you hug the girl on a date or whatever. He likes that kind of tension in Shay. Like I can't live without him. And well, at this point, Fonzo's date is coming to the house, and Shay got a reason to be worried. As my man P.O. from Ready Love would say, Fonzo date is a dime shorty. She coming up to the house. She got a leather outfit on. It's actually got shorts with your cheeks hanging out and all that. Little like a young chick, like probably young enough to be Fonzo's daughter. And even Shay couldn't even front. She's like, oh, Fonzo's gonna be happy with her. And she pretty much lets the girl in and smiling, but she trying to play nice, but sure she's threatened by the girl and tried to give her the briefing, like the things that she's supposed to be telling Fonzo about the rules that they make or whatever. Like the girl can't touch Fonzo. The girl can't exchange social media information or numbers with her. And when Shay calls, Fonzo needs to pick up the phone. How can the girl control Fonzo picking up the phone? I don't know, but the date. I think her name was Tanisha. She played in good sport or whatever. It wasn't like too much of a situation, but Fonzo saw her and it was like he was surprised and shook her hands like ready. He was like ready to go, and I would just say I think in put a ring on it. I don't know if that kind of scenario helps. I think they really focusing on, I don't know, temptation, or they testing their relationship, because all that was just, I don't know, to see if Tanisha could break Fonzo or try to steal him away, because that seemed like her objective from the beginning. So Tanisha, she's going to take Fonzo on a sushi class date or whatever, how to make sushi, and I thought that was a nice date. I think anybody would like that for the most part. You learn something new, and then you make your own food. What's better than that? So Tanisha the Temptress, that's what I'm gonna call her, because she giving Fonzo the eyes and everything, and Fonzo staring right back at the eyes, and she can see it and feel it, and he's Fonzo ain't dumb. I'm gonna tell you that. He might laugh a lot, but he ain't dumb, because Tanisha is kind of, wanting to be fed the sushi and all that, and Fonzo like, no, because like this is gonna be on camera, and Shay's gonna see this if you be feeding this girl and all that. So I think he played it off really well. And Fonzo even brought up the scenario with Tanisha, saying like, how does she handle like integrating her significant other, I guess, from dealing with having a baby daddy or whatever, because she got one child, Fonzo got 3, and Tanisha's pretty much saying like it's all about peace and just letting the person know that he is my significant other, and it ain't no trouble, it's about the kids or just introducing everybody. And Fonzo like, yeah, I like that, and I didn't do that. I should have did that early. Like Fonzo's thinking like he can't change the dynamic, and I don't believe that. He doesn't want to change the dynamic, but if he can sit and rest on that and say like it can't be changed, he's been with Shay for 3 years. He can insert her whenever he feel like it if he's man enough to do it. But let's get off of them. We're going to Charlie and Otis. Charlie and Otis, they got the homework assignment going on. And Charlie, one of her main things, she mentioned that she really needs more quality time from Otis. And Otis responds like he got a headache, like, oh my goodness, oh, this again, I got to deal with this. Like, we spend time all the time. I mean, we're like this. And he's not even trying to hear Charlie. He's like cutting her off instead of addressing the issue. And everything that Charlie is bringing up, he has a rebuttal for it. We're like, well, you don't spend time with me, or you do me like this. Or, I don't even know how she's staying them, but I guess they made for each other. But Otis is really that tit for tat guy. And he's taking the assignment so personal, like Charlie is attacking his character or something. No, she's just doing the assignment saying, hey, these are some things that I want more of. It doesn't mean that you aren't doing them, because she also asked for words of encouragement. He's like, well, I tell you how good you look, she's saying, hey, I need some more. I need to feel it or whatever. But this guy is so into himself, he probably don't see anything to after all that happened. Then he's going to get, red eyes and mumbling, I just want to, things be back together and all that. Later for that. Charlie need to let him go. I don't know what she's doing. So we go to Shorty's date with Tavi, and they go salsa dancing again, which is a great date if you're willing to learn. Shorty isn't much of a dancer, but I noticed I was looking at Tavi. He looked like he about 3 inches taller than Shorty. Because Shorty's shorty. That's why they call her Shorty, but maybe they'll work out. They both little people. And it looked like they're having a good time. The date looks fun and engaging. Shorty was doing well. She said she didn't know how to dance, but looked like she was rolling with it. And Tavi really want to get right to it. He don't want to, I guess, he's getting into Shorty, and he want to know, like, what's going on here. And Shorty did a really great job of, like, I'm not going to say let him down easy, but just let him know, like, I got to figure things out. Ain't like I'm going to leave Mr. You Heard Me for you straight up, but I got to see if this is really going to work for me or whatever. Because Tavi looked like, he ready just for her to slide over in his way. So we're going to see what's happening. But we know Shorty has a tendency of, she'll start romanticizing that he's everything I asked for. I prayed to God that you give me a man with his daughter's name tattooed on her neck and all that. But I believe she's going to stick with Kenneth no matter what. So Kenneth, he goes on his date with Dr. Nicole. He ain't going no date with Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole is making a house call. And immediately Kenneth goes in and plays the victim. And Dr. Nicole is giving him zero energy. Like, I watch your sessions and I've probably seen you before. When I say seen, she's seen another character like Kenneth. So, like, all that, like, woe is me and all that. But Kenneth's still going, I just lost myself. And guess what? It could be very true. But the great Dr. Nicole makes him see, like, hey, y'all got, like, a toxic pattern going on. So, really, it's both of y'all playing parts in it. So, don't give me, like, oh, Shorty's doing this and Shorty's doing that. And Dr. Nicole actually suggests that Kenneth confront the aggression that she's been displaying to Kenneth or whatever, and really get to the bottom of it, because we know Kenneth ain't scared of Shorty, but I'm sure he's scared of, like, I guess, getting put out or whatever, because, Dr. Nicole just saying, try to figure out to see if Shorty's really the best thing for you. And I believe Kenneth really knows he already has the answer. Obviously, he's not in a position to leave, or again, he's stuck in a toxic cycle. It's a real thing though. So we go to Shay's date, and she's dating this DJ. His name is Shadid, and Shay shows up. She was like, when she was at the door, she was doing a photo shoot or whatever. And actually, Shay really, really looked good. Like, she had some, let's call it, like, great looking outfits without it being, I guess, too revealing. And it looked expensive. It looked nice. She looked great in it. It was a great color. And right off the break, when she met her date, I really didn't get that, let's say, a romantic chemistry at all. Any kind of chemistry. It was more like a friendship. Like, Shadid looked like he could sit down and have that conversation more so with anybody. Like, they were just two friends meeting for lunch. And I would say, I don't know if production made Shay and Alfonso ask the question, but she pretty much presented the same question. Alfonso had like more so, how do you work out introducing your baby mama to your new significant other? Because we find out Shadid has a 1-year-old, and I knew even if he had a chance with Shay, that was gonna be out right there. I mean, just like a 1-year-old, like maybe you need to go back and get with her, or what's going on with you. So Shadid's pretty much saying, like, it's all cool. Really, in those situations, his child is going to be his number one priority in the situation. So he can't have any drama going on. And immediately, if he knows, like, hey, we're going to do this, we're in love, or we're serious, I'm going to introduce you to my child's mother. And it's just going to be just like that. And like Shay was kind of like blown away, like, wow, like you mess with me. And Shadid was like, did I say something wrong or something offensive? And Shay was like, no. It's like you kind of hitting the nail on the head on my situation. And she kind of blown away because she really wants Fonzo to react in that same way, because she'd been 3 years in and she hadn't been properly introduced, which is a huge red flag. So we go to the group session, and I don't know, I'm going to call it the Turtleneck Session. Why? Because out of the 6 people there, half of them had on turtlenecks. Shorty and You Heard Me, Mr. You Heard Me had on turtlenecks. They looking like I don't know, like that's their prison wear or something like that. And even Mr. Otis had on a turtleneck as well. I'm like, I don't know, did they make y'all wear those turtlenecks? So the great Dr. Nicole, she starts with Charlie and Otis, and they addressing the concerns that Charlie had as far as dealing with quality time and words of encouragement. And Otis, like he fights everything every step of the way, like he's not trying to make things better. And I don't think he's really open to receiving the information the great Dr. Cole has for him. Like, you can't teach people who already know everything. They got it. They don't need to hear nothing from you. And I be thinking, like, why is he even here? And just the way Otis talks, he's like very condescending, like even in his confessionals. And to me, it's no hope for him. I don't think you can reach him. Even his father, he probably listens to his father more, but when somebody think they know everything, they still can't put the advice in play because they know everything. So I don't even know why they're wasting their time. So Dr. Cole skips them and go on about asking about Fonzo's date. And Fonzo, he mentioned that like his date was very, very pretty. And Shay like, hold up. Like, you doing it too much. She was pretty. And then he gets scared. Okay, she was all right. She was okay. And the great Dr. Cole like, Shay, Fonzo can say that his date was very, very pretty. If that's what it was, you got to let him be a part of the process. And I'm thinking like the same way. Shay, you can't tell her nothing. She act like she listening, but something, that anger, that jealousy, that possessiveness, that insecurity rules everything. So at this point, I think Shay is just delusional. She's in her own world. So I would say Shay spoke on her date with Shadid and just saying like she was really taken aback because Shadid had like all the values that she would want in a man, not necessarily that she was attracted to him, and pretty much she wants Fonzo to be that way, but he's not. So the great Dr. Cole goes on about with Shorty's date with Tavi, and at this point in time, like in I guess discussing her date, Shorty like really used this time to kind of take shots at Kenneth. Talking about more so like what she likes and everything, and pretty much that ain't it. Kenneth don't really possess that, and you can see Kenneth is getting bothered. You know, he get the eye squinting, and and he always got his arm around Shorty. So when he get mad, you can see he take it off. That's how you know when he mad, because he always wrapping Shorty up wherever she at. Like, he possessing his little doll or something. But Kenneth was so hot, like he felt all that smart talking shots that Shorty was doing. He just like, you heard me, you understand that when she giving him compliments, he said, no, she didn't give you no compliments. He said compliments, because she got into talking about like he ain't paying no bills or nothing. Because Shorty's saying Kenneth is assisting her in what she's doing, because she's taking care of the household. He's like, I pay bills, and then he going to confess, I pay all the bills. I'm like, why, Kenneth? Why you ain't say that in the thing? Because we know it ain't true. Nobody would say they paying all the bills when you paying most of the bills. That ain't gonna happen. And I'm thinking still, something's missing, and I think the money is missing. Kenneth thinks he's, that's why he quick to get in that kitchen and whip up some of that New Orleans gumbo or whatever he be kidding. You heard me, but Kenneth is done. When I say he done, that's what he told Dr. Nicole. Like, I just don't care. I don't give a damn no more. Whatever. He just pissed, and that's where they leave us, with another cliffhanger to find out what Shorty and Kenneth are going to do, or how they can work it out. Because we can see now from this scene, Kenneth is in a different mindset, because I feel like he's embarrassed for the last time, because even the other couples were like, ooh, did Shorty say that? Like, this man is a bum. He's a scrub. He ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing in the house. So, another cliffhanger. Production believes that we have to be continued. The show just can't end. So the next show we'll pick up with Shorty and Mr. You Heard Me. So that was it for the show. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what you thought. Something I missed. Something you want to add. It was pretty good. It just seemed like it had like about 400 commercials, and the show went kind of fast, but it was drama filled. And I think we got only like 2 episodes to go, so we got a lot to squeeze in. So we'll see how it works. And like I said, get down in the comments, and I appreciate everybody's rocking with me, having patience with my late videos and all of that. But as I tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.